I mean, I played a good game that game. I took care of the football. Crazy what happens when you take care of the football. I actually threw for a positive TDINT ratio with
underway in this AFC wildcard game. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I still can't believe we let him get that Super Bowl. In a season where he didn't even play any games, he just Harrisoned his way to the playoffs.
Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
No.
A good safe pass there.
Oh, come on now.
That's almost a rhythm play.
I'm playing my playoff game right now.
Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Sounds a little hypocritical, huh?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
He's pretty good for me in that early, but not like anything crazy.
He needed 3, he doubled that. He got 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short.
I mean, he's good, but he's not the type that just takes over a game, though. I still have to try to get him open.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established.
In that early, I mean, that Equanimous St. Brown is my most sure-handed, and in traffic, that'll go up and.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Good running right
no.
there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular
so
season.
it's like this league. I have Freiermuth, my tight end. I almost let him walk to free agency because he's slow as shit, but man, he catches fucking everything. It's hard to let that go because he literally catches everything.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down.
I thought about letting him walk to free agency and drafting a tight end.
Just found a hole in that zone.
The tight end I drafted in the early league is a fucking problem, though. 6'6" and like 87 jump.
On second down, this is Harris.
Literally just high point to him. He goes up and gets almost everything. Where's the play I want? Come on.
To help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Outside shade, acrobat.
From midfield, here's Lance.
Oh my God. Come on, bro. How does his DB turn on the curl before my receiver does?
That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
The partner, sometimes I
wonder,
do these teams talk about it to such an extent?
Come on,
maybe
man.
you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it.
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if it continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Prescott now from the 50. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds.
Are you fucking kidding me? How's that out of bounds?
Now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Oh my God, are you shitting me right now?
Where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Lance now to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps in early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And Lance's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Let's go.
run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Lance. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Lance to throw it. Finds Pickens outright. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand-checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Straight ahead, Etienne. To about the 48-yard line.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about 3 yards or so. As they wind up getting 7 there.
I get stuck on the D lineman. I'd fucking pick the line back.
That's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
There's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Etienne up the middle. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Etienne. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football from triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now, a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, a little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. An option handoff given to Harris. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Okay, break.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And Lance going to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Prescott to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Baker. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Here we go, set.
Now a play fake. Lance. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Harris. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now they'll throw with Lance. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 19 yards away. And the Steelers are back within a score. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here for Davis. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Lance now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
To throw, it's Lance. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Harris. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Again, it's Harris, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 40-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Ready, set.
Desperation time here. Lance out fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Jags grab it. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this a very important. He's got a man complete. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jaguars.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for two. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to help them out 2 more. So they go with a pass and it works there in the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running in a two-point conversion situation?
In this situation, you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? He gets it left side to Johnson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one even better.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and they have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here we go.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. Now Lance again. That's complete. It's Collins. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson from 17 yards out. And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about
That's
that?
alright, my tight end just fumbled at the goal line on what could have been the go-ahead drive to give him a 2-score lead.
That's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay
I was down by
in this game.
6 on the goal line. Threw a pass, tight end caught it at the goal line, and put it on the ground.
Because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
I mean, I'm back within 7, but there's 3 minutes left. So I need to stop here.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fucking stupid, dude. I lost to Nas just like that, too. Well, actually the field goal block, but in that game, too, on a go-ahead drive, I had the wide receiver fumble right at the goal line. It's so stupid.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game.
My God, man.
Defensively, they've got all
my fucking defense decides it.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Etienne once more. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Prescott.
How? Oh my God, man. How do you blow that fuck? Oh my God, bro. That's the only receiver in the area, and you just let him.
1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Oh my God, bro.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Oh my God, bro. I think I might get one shot at it. I can block the field goal if he tries a field goal.
The last 2 plays,
there should be some time on the clock.
Try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Yeah, there'll be a little time for me to try to block this field goal.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Time to try to block a field goal. I lost the game this year to this. Let's see if I can win one. Fucking A, man. Oh my God. And of course my fucking guy on the edge gets a what was that stutter step? My black why did he stutter like that? Why didn't he let me go straight in to go for the block?
Just talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but
he just stuttered.
It matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Yeah,
what do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
Jesus. All right. Whatever.
continue to